the detention of Senator De Lima is not wrongful. So are you confident that no official would be barred from entering the U.S.?
Comment, sir, dun sa inapprove sa US na December 20 that imposes, that denies entry to officials of the Philippines who are responsible for the detention of Senator De Lima.
Well, we cannot interfere on the process of the U.S. legislature. But I notice that in that provision that has been approved, there is a colatilia. If the, what does it say here? When the U.S. Secretary of State
Shall apply.
receives credible information in the so-called wrongful imprisonment. In the first place, it's not a wrongful imprisonment, as we have repeatedly explained that. So I suppose the Secretary of the State, unlike the two senators who introduced that amendment, is better informed and educated on the internal judicial process of this country, and would necessarily follow his informed judgment.
Meaning you don't believe that this will be imposed on officials of the Philippines?
It cannot just be imposed because there is a colatilia there. There must be a credible information. If the information is not credible, then the U.S. Secretary of State will not impose such sanction.
Just for soundbite purposes, sir, when you say it's not a wrongful detention, what do we mean by that?
As we have repeatedly explained, it cannot be a wrongful detention because the senator went through two processes. One administrative, when the investigating prosecutor conducted a proceeding to determine whether there exists a probable cause for the filing of an information. And the prosecutor found the existence of one. And then the other process is judicial. The Constitution requires the judge, before issuing a warrant for the arrest of an accused, to determine, personally examine the evidence before him, and if he finds probable cause, then he issues a warrant of arrest. So how can that be a wrongful detention?
Maybe trump up charges?
If that is a trump-up charge, then the prosecutor could have seen it, as well as the judicial officer who issued the warrant.
Sir, will we make any communication to the U.S. with regard to the circumstances of the arrest of the senator to correct, if I can use that word?
I will leave that to the Secretary of Foreign Affairs.
Follow-up, Ace.
Thank you, sir.
So, Secretary, you're confident that no official would be affected by the ban because you're claiming that the detention of Senator De Lima is not wrongful. So are you confident that no official would be barred from entering the
Well, it
U.S.?
depends on the U.S. Secretary of State. It's their call.
But can the admin...
But we're not bothered by it, if that is what you want me to say.
You're not bothered by the signing of the spending
We're
bill?
not bothered by it. First, that's their process. Cannot intrude in the same way that we react when they intrude into our processes. Number two, the very provision says there must be credible information before they ban any official in the Philippines.
And you think there would be a credible information?
That's precisely why I'm saying there is none.
Okay. So you're saying parang walang walang bearing kumbaga yung mangyayaring provision na ito kasi naging controversial siya.
Yeah, kasi may kulatilya. Hindi naman just those who are involved in the detention. Hindi naman sinabing ganun. In the wrongful detention, you have to determine whether it's wrong or not.
Salamat po.
Pia?
Sir, si Senator Laila de Lima has named President Duterte and even you as one of those behind her political persecution. How would that affect your personal plans? You have plans to go to the United States?
In the first place, I have no plans in going there. Number two, you know, the statements of de Lima has been completely repudiated by surveys after surveys conducted by credible organizations. The trust rating of the president has surged, as well as the approval rating of the president. The 5% disapproval rating is constituted by these people, the opposition, the detractors, the haters, the critics. So they're not credible, in other words.
Do you have maybe plans to clear your name, sir, before U.S. authorities if there is such a platform, sir?